What's going on, guys? It's Brandon L. Draper with the Start Thinking Forward Morning Show. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Because we're going to be dropping some jewels today. Some things that are going to excite you to get you up out of your fart sack. Get on up. All right, get on up. Hey, guys, we're going to talk about taking the time to invest in yourself. Your future depends on it. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right when I said your future depends on it. You got to start investing in yourself. So first things first, wake your butt on up so you can get these jewels I'm about to drop on you this morning. All right. So you think about it for a minute. A young boy aiming to become a painter will spend countless hours studying, practicing, implementing these new techniques in order for him to one day produce a masterpiece. Right? He's investing the time as a novice, as a person that doesn't know anything, but he's putting time, effort, and energy into something. Why? He's investing in himself so that the later him can have something, right? See, a lot of us are playing the game right now to lose, because if you look at it, if you're not doing anything to invest in your future, then you don't have to go to a tarot card reader to find out what your future holds for you. Absolutely nothing. That's what it holds for you. Nothing. So you got to look at it from a perspective of it doesn't matter how small, as long as it's incremental, little piece by piece. I don't care how much you say you don't have time. Right? Everyone has time. I see so many people spending time looking at TV, looking at these reality shows, looking at someone else live their life, living their best life, while you living in your crummy life, the life that you're looking at them trying to vicariously live through them because you want to be them, right? Now, some people will disagree with that because they don't want to face reality. But the reality of it is that's what a lot of us do. Yeah, we want to have that car. We want to have that type of money, right? We want to be able to drive those vehicles and houses and property and vacations and all those things. We want those things, but that's not our reality. My question is, how do you turn that into your reality? No fluff, no rhetoric, not the 5 steps to a new life crap. I'm talking about how do you realistically in your life make a difference? How do you change your future? Your future, not the future of someone else. I can't give you a step 5 and if you go through these 5 steps, mysteriously everything's going to line up. Life just is not that way. It's not structured that way. So for me to get up here on this platform and tell you that big lie, I would not be serving you. So I want to serve you because as a human being, I'm going through life. I'm going through trials. I'm going through tribulations myself. I'm not immune to this just because I got a platform, just because I have a little bit of success. That doesn't immune me for anything, right? I still got problems, personal issues, things that I'm dealing with on an everyday basis, just like you. So with that being said, how do we change certain aspects of our life? How do we truly invest in ourselves? Right? There's so much noise and rhetoric out there. Well, first thing you got to do, you got to believe in yourself. Well, that's not fluff. That's true. Right? That's number one. Right? You got to actually believe you got the capability of doing that. And let's just say, for instance, you're in this moment right now and you're doubting your capability. Okay, I get it. You doubt your capability. Most likely, if you're doubting your capability, it's because you haven't invested in yourself, right? Because you know you better than anyone else, right? Think about that for a second. So I talked about this in a couple of previous shows about you being a safe bet, right? You know for a fact, unequivocally, if you are not a safe bet, meaning you have not invested anything in yourself that's going to yield future value. People invest in the stock market at one price, hoping that the stock goes up at a later price and they're able to make the money in the middle, the difference of it, and grow their portfolio. So if you're here now and you're not investing anything in yourself, you're not putting any stocks in yourself, right? So how are you going to yield some type of dividend further down the road? You already know the answer to the question. You didn't have to call no tarot card reader. You didn't have to go down the street and that person said they got psychic power. Your neighbor, your sister, your brother says they're in touch somehow. You don't got to go to them. You don't get one of those people that examine your dreams and tell you what's coming, what's looming in the abyss. You don't got to do none of that. Just look at what you're doing now. That's a telltale of where your life is going to be, So like, I don't know what the next 5 years is going to look like. I bet you I do, and I don't know anything about you. Just based on some simple principles, right? Principle 1, these 5 years are going to look a lot like last 5 years if you're not changing anything. How in the world something's going to change if you don't change? You want to lose weight, but you still eat bad. You want to lose weight, but you don't exercise. Somehow, mysteriously, you're going to lose weight. Well, let me tell you something, right? And I'm not giving no advice here on this one. But if you're eating bad all the time, you're not exercising, and all of a sudden you lose 20, 30 pounds just out of the blue, you better go to the doctor. Something's wrong, right? That bad eating and not exercising is caught up with you, right? I'm not giving any medical advice, but I'm just saying some people just look at the wrong signs, right? We're always looking for signs and things to give us hints of what we should do, what's our next move, whatever the case may be. But we give our own self signals, hints. I call them that we give our own self indications of what's going to happen based on our actions, based on what we're doing, based on the decisions that we're making, right? Timestamp now, right? That's a clear indicator of where things are going. So if it's 2020 and you're saying to yourself, you want to make a change, right, in your life, how much of this year already, the game just started, how much of this year are you doing the same things you were doing before? If you're doing the same thing you were doing before, you already know what the next 5 to 10 years is going to look like. So if you want things to change, you want a new outlook, a new perspective, or new possibilities, new hopes, new inspirations in your life, first things first, you got to change you now. Because if you don't, it's going to be a repeat of what's happened. You can't give yourself new possibilities and new chances by doing the same things you were doing, and it yields you some results that may be less than desirable in your book. So we have to take these honest assessments. You know you're not a safe bet if you're not investing in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. That's going to enhance you to be able to do better. What things are you investing in? And the first thing I'm going to talk about is friends, right? Because these are people that literally rule our lives to a certain extent. The friends that we have around us, right? Be very selective of the people you call friends or you bring into your circle, right? Because there's certain things called reference groups. Things that say that 9 times out of 10, your income is within a couple of $1,000s here or there of all your closest friends, right? So meaning that if you're limiting, and I'm not saying get rid of all your friends just because they don't make a lot of money. Come on. I'm not saying that. What I am saying here, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this, is that the people you associate with is kind of the thermometer for you. If you're not hanging around reckless people, you're hanging with safe people. You're hanging with people that barely getting by. 9 times out of 10, you resonate with those individuals because you are one of those individuals. So if you're trying to push yourself to new heights and new limits, you have to get around you have to have friendships with other people that are doing greater things in life. So it pushes you, it gives you room to grow. Because if you have a friend, someone close to you, you want to be doing good as well. You want to look good. You want to do all the things that you see in that moment gives you happiness, because you see the happiness that your friend has as a result of having this new thing or this new outlook, this new mindset, whatever that is, it sets a new goal for you. But when you're around people that's, let's just say, down and out, it's hard for you to grow past that. And that's the biggest thing. So you got to be very selective with your friends. You can't be positive, but yet you have all these negative friends. It's going to be draining because you're always trying to pump them up. You're trying to help them stay in the game consistently. And at the same time, you're trying to keep yourself in the game. See, that's the conundrum. That's the true puzzle there. When you're trying to keep other people in the fight and then keep yourself in the fight. It's the hardest thing you can do. But you got to be able to do that, because having that right mindset is going to allow you to make the right decision to change your behavior now, not later, not 2 minutes from now, not 3 minutes. Whatever new thought, idea, resolution, declaration that you've made, start it right now. As you're listening to this, do it right now. If you're saying that you're going to be more friendly this year, don't wait 2 weeks because Bob just pissed you off 10 minutes ago, right? Do it because you said you was going to do it. Be that person that they said you couldn't be. Do the things that they said you couldn't do, right? There's such thing as redemption. Like, you can change it. But the thing about it is, right? And I had to explain, like, I don't have to forgive people. Listen to me. This is an investment in yourself. Think about this for a second, right? I don't have to forgive people because I don't criminalize what they do, right? People always, well, I know I messed up. I know I said something to you that hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be. No, that's how you're internalizing it. I just either decide that I'm going to deal with you or not because you are who you are based on your perspective. I can't say that you're wrong because I'm not you. You have to feel that you're wrong, right? But if I put myself in this predicament where in order for me to feel better, there has to be some type of, you have to change, and you don't change, then maybe my situation never changes. So I make a decision, I take control and say, if someone does something to me that I don't necessarily like, I'm not going to criminalize what they did. If they betrayed me, turned their back on me, hurt me, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to criminalize what they did. I'm just going to say I didn't like what they did. And as a result, I don't want to have that experience anymore. So I have to push. See, that's an investment in your sanity. That's an investment in your personal and your mental stability and in your business, right? Because you got business meeting, but because you have someone in your circle that's very needy, you can't go to that meeting because you got to deal with the issue with them, or you would not be a good friend, right? And that's how it's looked upon. So you got to know how to distance yourself. The number one thing is choosing the right friends around you. You just can't, I just don't know how to say that enough or stress that enough. You cannot have the wrong type of people around you. You just can't. It never, ever work. It just never does. So you have to always be willing to look at things from a different lens and say, how can I change what's going on with me? How can I do something now about that? And choosing not to deal with people because it is draining or something's going to derail you is not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person that's thinking about your future and investing. So think about it. How can you have people around you that's not giving you anything, that's not investing anything with you? I'm not talking about monetarily or what have you, or what they can do for you, but what can they do for you? Right? Wake up. Hear what I'm saying. I'm dropping jewels here. It's not what they can do for you financially, but it is what can they do for you? Can they spiritually uplift you? Can they mentally uplift you? Do you feel good physically when you're around that person? Those are the things you got to think about, because you're investing in yourself. And as time goes on, you're spending 5-10 years span around someone. What investment have they made in you? And what investments have you made in them? Right? Because when you invest in someone else, that's time, energy, and resources being taken away from you. Now, that's less things that you have for yourself later on. But if you're, as much as you're investing in them, they're investing in you, then you're going to yield a benefit at the end. Towards it, years go on, you're gaining something from being around that person. See, you can't accept things in your life just for momentary convenience, right? You got to think about the long game, right? And the next thing we're going to talk about is emotional health, right? It's one of the most important things, and part of me talking about that earlier is helping you have an understanding about that emotional health in that it allows you to be able to think a certain way because you got the right people around you, you got a team structured around you that's going to help and uplift you when times and troubling times come. You're able to think and make those critical decisions you need to make in a drop of a dime. But it takes you investing in yourself. See, someone opened this thinking about, I was going to go through a list of 5 different crazy New Year's resolution type stuff that they could do to make their life better, right? And that's just the complete opposite. There's more to it than that. See, this platform that I'm on is not for me to get kudos on listing a bunch of things because I'm, trying to get that role like I'm smart or something, right? It's not about that. It's about me trying to help someone out there that needs his help, right? It's you improving on a whole bunch of things. And it's not to point fingers, but to say, hey, can I honestly take a self-evaluation of myself and honestly say that I have not been investing in myself, the things that I actually have control over. It's not just about money and finances, right? Sometimes the richest person in the room doesn't even have $1 in his pocket. You think about that. Sometimes the richest person you'll ever meet will be people that don't even have a dime to their name. What could you get from a person like that? See, in life, when we meet people, when we go to concerts, we're paying for an experience. Every time you have an interaction with someone, it's an experience. And you're going to pay for that experience. What are you willing to pay to get the right experience? See, people that 20, 30 years, they go on the vacation, they got the car, they got the health, they got the things that they always wanted, right? They paid for it a long time ago. They paid for it. They made an investment in themselves, and they wanted to be able to yield something at a later time. So if you're not investing now in yourself, this is a time for you to reflect and think about the things that you have control over, right? If you're at a job right now that you don't want to do, so many things you can do to change, right? Simplest things, right? Some of us, we forget, and I talked about it yesterday, we forget who we are and what we're capable of, right? It may take you learning to draw, start creative writing, illustrations, recording music, whatever that is, trying something new out of the box, learn another language. Why not? Anything to open you up. Because see, when you just do that one little thing, it opens up other options. The only options you have right now are the option that you give yourself. So if you're not doing anything new, you have the same options you had from 5-10 years ago. Because nothing's changed. It's been a consistent vibration of the same. If you want something new, you have to do something new. You have to put out in order to get in, right? So if you think about it, you got to put out in order to get in. You want to be a part of a club. You want to get that club experience, that business club experience, right? You want to be treated like an executive. You want to be part of the country club. You want to be able to go golfing. You want to be able to have your own private pool and exercise rooms and have gourmet chef food. You got to be willing to put out. You got to be willing to pay. One, you got to be willing to pay the financial obligation that goes with that, that comes with that. And the second thing is, you got to have the credibility, right? You got to have the credibility to even get in. So both of those things are investments. So there's all types of investments in yourself. There's ways to increase your finances by investing in certain things, picking up new skills. Stop complaining about where you're at and get more concerned about where you're going, right? Get busy living or get busy dying, right? That's it. There's no exception to the rules, right? Take this time to reflect and think about how you can invest in yourself, the things that you have control over. You want more money? Start picking up new skills, right? You want to grow, start a business, right? You want to ensure that your security later on in life is secured. You got finances to live off of. Start saving. If it's just $1 a month, I guarantee you $1 a month for the next 20 years is a lot more than zero. Right? You got a better chance with that. Maybe you might get a couple of lottery tickets at that point in your life and hit the lottery. But if you didn't have the money, you couldn't even get the ticket 20 years later, right? All it does is give you possibilities. Every small incremental thing that you do, it just opens up for new possibilities. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. It just opens up your life to new possibilities, and that's all you need is possibilities. Because then if you got a possibility, you got an opportunity, you can seize the moment. So you don't got a lot of money to go around. Everyone has $1. You got $1. You can put $1 a month for the next 20 years is a lot more than zero. And once again, you still got something at the end of those 20 years versus having zero at 20 years. All right. I'll take my chance with $1 a month for 20 years. Might not be a whole lot of money at all, but it's better than nothing. And you always can work with something. But I tell you what, it's very hard to work with nothing. Hey guys, this is Brandon L. Draper with the Start Thinking Forward morning show. I hope this show inspired you. Please share it with people. We want to grow our listenership. We want people to be a part of this movement. It's not just for the moment, but it's actually a movement to help and inspire people, young entrepreneurs, business executives, all people from all walks of life, to inspire them to really make you take an introspective look at your life and things you're doing in your personal life and in your business and how you're going to elevate that. All right, guys. So, hey guys, you want to follow us? Please follow us on Instagram at The Real Motivational King. Visit us online at www.pinnaclepointpublishing.com. If you're looking to write a book, you're looking to get illustrations done, cover done, editing, whatever needs you have, we can definitely help you at Pinnacle Point Publishing. And also too, please, if you're trying to, I just want to be so adamant, like, share this, right? It's not even about you. Like, share it with someone that may need it. So many people, we just so busy. Make an investment to help someone else, right? It's not about you just sharing it. And I want people to listen to my show. Share it because now you're paying it forward. You're making an investment in someone else that may be able to help them, that may later on in life be able to help you, right? Invest, give back. You woke up this morning, right? You opened up 2 beautiful gifts, and those are your eyes. Share something great and fantastic with someone else. You never know how it may change your life. You don't really know what people are going through. Maybe this may be the message that they need. Maybe one of my messages, one of my previous podcasts might be the thing that they need, that one number that they need, or maybe it could be one more. So I encourage you, if this is your first time listening in, please go listen to some other shows. I dive deep and I talk about some serious issues that we are facing both in our personal lives, our business lives, our spiritual lives, so many different subjects we talk about. And it's all from a real perspective, down to earth, real, right? So, hey guys, remember, above it all, no matter what, it's never too late to start thinking forward.